Today, it's time to get schooled. And speaking of today, did you know that on this day, January 18th, 1896, H.L. Smith shows off his X-ray machine for the first time? It was called an X-ray machine because at the time, the source of radiation was unknown. X stood for the unknown. The science behind the X-ray machine might be difficult to understand, but the demonstrated outcome, a skeletal image, was both quite enthralling and astonishing. In the days just prior to Smith's show, Wilhelm Rotkin took an X-ray image of his wife's hand. It was the first of its kind. This new machine drew the attention of more than the scientific community. You could go to the circus and receive an X-ray photograph of your family. Certain shoe stores would take an X-ray of your feet for sizing purposes. The harmful effect of radiation soon became apparent. Many of the early scientists experienced burns and later new cancers. Nevertheless, the X-ray machine and its uses continue to both make us healthier and safer. They can be found everywhere, including our hospitals and airports. What seems to be the powerful lesson of this little tale is that transparency is one of modernity's greatest legacies. An X-ray machine allows us to see something that ordinarily is unseen. The concept of political transparency allows citizens to see behind the government curtain. Transparency is now an essential expectation. LBJ in the 1960s passed the Freedom of Information Act. This often used law gives to the public the right to access government information. C-SPAN in the 1970s began to televise congressional proceedings gavel to gavel. In a healthy democracy, access to information is not a luxury, it is indispensable. Scholars have recognized that for political transparency to be effective, information needs to be available, accessible, and actionable. Actionable simply means that information can be used to change the behavior of our elected officials. Louis Brandeis had it right. Sunlight is said to be the best of disinfectants. Exactly. Psst, it's Prologue with Mr. Review. It's a podcast that is actively digging tons of earth to find an ounce of gold, striving for a more perfect union.